right. Well, that was a good win.
Yeah.
I mean, take what you want with it. I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Win's a win.
If I had said that they would shut out the Vikings on Friday, we would be extraordinarily pleased. Right?
Yeah. By the way, history note, the first time the Vikings have been shut out in 18 years.
Wow. That's crazy.
Take what you want with that. So,
yeah.
Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Seahawks Sessions postgame show featuring myself, Dan Cruz, the great and powerful, Dustin Henry in his delightful corner, and then Mr. Encyclopedia himself, Kevin Wilson. I don't know if I'm the great and powerful. I'm just like the great and stupid. I don't know.
I'm going to start calling you. I'm going to start calling you Oz now. It happened.
Don't do that.
And then I'm going to ask you to dress up like Kevin Nash in WCW in the early 90s.
Oh no.
No, I think I look like a younger Vince Russo. I'm not sure if that's a compliment to myself or not.
I don't know either. You might want to review that.
I mean, for those old school wrestling fans, you'll love that reference. But like,
you might have dissed yourself here. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the show wherever you're listening or wherever you're watching on the YouTube channel. Or, we're only on YouTube in terms of video format, so really, who cares? Like, rate, follow, review the show on Apple, Spotify, Good Pods, and on Belly Up and Friends. Don't forget to follow the official Time to BS Podcast Facebook page. Just search Time to BS Podcast. It's not hard. It's very unique, apparently. And engage in the comments. For God's sakes, just be nice. And we'll be taking your comments and questions in the live stream. So, yeah. Talk your stuff. Gentlemen, if this were 2 weeks ago, we would not have predicted this shutout. Like, if JJ McCarthy was playing, the Seahawks probably still would have won, but they wouldn't have shut out the Vikings.
No. If they would have won, because let's face it, JJ McCarthy was not tearing up the league either.
No, he wasn't.
Not close. And because I wrote it down, because, Mr. Encyclopedia and all that. And
what book?
JJ McCarthy. All right. So 3 straight games, but 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in his last 4 games, 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So he was not bringing the power. But he would have brought the power more than the first. And he went to New Hampshire. I found this out.
Oh, Max Brosmer. Yeah.
Yes, because as the rest of America, we never heard of this dude until a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And taking his first start on the road against the Seahawks, predictably, did not go well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's a tough ask for anybody. And they said it in the broadcast too. They said this Seattle defense is going to make a lot of quarterbacks look bad. But a lot of it, I had been bemoaning about the fact, and Kevin, you had been on this. You said the Seahawks were negative in the turnover differential. They turned the ball over themselves this game, which is that's not good. That's something you got to take a look at. That they lead the league, I think, in that.
Well, they're bad. Before the game, they were 27.
Yeah,
and negative, but they're negative.
Yeah, that's no good. But the Seahawks defense finally got some turnovers this game. It's 5 turnovers by the Vikings, 4 Max Brosmer interceptions, and the fumble there.
Right, and they forced one other fumble that the Vikings recovered.
Yes.
So, when you roll this out and you look at it, he passed for 126 yards.
Yeah.
That's all we had.
Yeah. Producer again.
That's not great. But may I say here, thank goodness for the defense, because offensively, there wasn't much to hang your hat on for this one.
Let me switch that over.
Seahawks.
Okay. Can I intervene for 2 seconds here?
Intervene.
Sure.
Anthony Bradford needs to go to the moon.
Oh, man.
Good God, that man is terrible.
When you go to the moon, isn't that a compliment? I'm just saying.
I mean, not the dark side of the moon, because then
dark side. Okay, we're on the dark side. Okay, and as you and I talked, Dan, before we went live, because I was in his corner as much as anyone, and so he's embarrassing me and I would appreciate it if he would stop doing it.
Yeah, Bradford, stop embarrassing Mr. Kevin Wilson.
That's right, for no other reason. Okay, and when you allow these rushers to come straight up the middle,
Yeah,
it makes the whole offense difficult, and that's exactly what happened. Because Sam Darnold got sacked 4 times.
Yep.
And he only had 11 going into this game.
Now, that was all in the first half, though, right?
Yeah. It was in the first half, if memory serves. And hey, credit to the Vikings defense. They kept them in this game for a little while, confoundingly.
Dallas Turner's an animal, by the way.
And also, the Vikings defense, they were getting to the line of scrimmage and deflecting a lot of Sam Darnold's passes. That's why his passing percentage does not look good coming into this game. Coming into this game, he was completing, I think, 70% of his passes.
Okay,
he completed a lot
to
less.
The stat sheet here.
Yep.
Hey, Sam Darnold. I wrote it down. Of course, now I can't make sense of what I wrote down, but
sometimes that happens.
Sometimes Chicken Scratch doesn't want to read.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so yes, here it is. 69.2% of his passes, which was 6th in the NFL.
Wait. Repeat that again?
69.2%. 6th in the NFL. So then we go to today's game, and it's at 53.8%.
Yeah. Well down.
Well down there. He only passed for 128. So we can talk about Brosmer.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold only had 128 yards passing.
Yeah. This was not a pretty game for the Seahawks offensively. The only saving grace is that at times the running game actually looked good. Kenneth Walker looked good. Zach Charbonnet gets the touchdown, right? He gets
right.
But that's the only thing you can hang your hat on. Other than that, it was field goals. The Vikings defense was playing very well.
And Ernest Jones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
has to be one of the more exciting plays right there. That you know, if you could see that live, if you saw that live, that was great on you. As it was, here it is. Let's see, interception. It was 85 yards.
Yeah.
To the house. So Minnesota, you take that away, 85 yards. That means that they were on the 15-yard line. So Minnesota was marching towards points.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, the ball's going the other way, 85 yards, touchdown, backbreaker right there.
We all thought death by field goals at one point, did we?
Yes, that's what I thought. And you know what, too? It was Harrison Smith. He saved the touchdown for the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, he got loose. Now, for all of our our dissatisfaction with one Kenneth Walker this year, I wrote down a stat because I could not believe it. Kenneth Walker had his, where did I put it? Third round. Okay, so Kenneth Walker had his 8th run of at least 20 yards in this game, okay? That is top 5 in the NFL. I never would have guessed that. For all that Kenneth Walker has not done this year, there are times where he gets the ball and he gets loose for a big pop. I would not think that he was top 5 in any category in the NFL, but he is top 5 with at least 8 runs over 20 yards. So maybe Kenneth is starting to work a little bit. He got a lot of run in this game. Charbonnet, like I said, he got the TD, but that's been their MO. Defensively, that's where this game was won. This game, unbelievable by the defense. I think they sacked, what did they sack?
They sacked them 4 times.
4 times, yep.
Okay, 4 times, 4 interceptions. And Minnesota, they're not terrible.
No.
Right? So, well, in fact, they are terrible.
Do you guys want to hear an early?
They're 29th in the NFL in sacks allowed, so that you could have anticipated that he'd get sacked.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to hear early candidate for BS of the week?
Sure.
Okay, bring it.
Former 49ers head coach Steve Mariucci predicted that Max Brosmer will throw for 485 yards against the Seattle Seahawks.
What? That's got to be fake.
You have to question, what exactly was he drinking?
Yeah.
When
It's
he
on
made
tape. It's on tape.
I'm sure that it is, but you might want to check and see, one of those ones that they put the vodka in there because it doesn't, you can't smell it. You might want to check into that.
Dennis Rodman with a word, please.
Yeah. No, that's wow. I can't believe he said that. If I could use this opportunity to shout some people out, though,
Please.
I would say defensively, DeMarcus Lawrence has proved that he has plenty left in the tank. He had a great game. He got one of those sacks. Also, let's shout out Drake Thomas. Drake Thomas, one play stuck out to me in particular, and it was Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, there was a blitz. They sent Spoon on the blitz, yes, they sent Spoon on the blitz, and Aaron Jones was taking the ball. They tried to run into the blitz. What are you supposed to do against the blitz? You're supposed to run. Drake Thomas went in there like a missile, and he just tattooed Aaron Jones for a 4-yard loss. That was kind of the microcosm for this whole game. The defense really played a great game, and it made this performance look dominant because the offense really did nothing to speak of except for the field goals. Shout out to you, Myers. I'm glad you're such a reliable kicker. But man, and DeMarcus, then he also punched the ball out on after that Drake Thomas stuff of Aaron Jones. They tried to run it again, and the ball got punched out by DeMarcus. So DeMarcus Lawrence, one of the early MVPs of this team right here. They were questioning how much he had left in the tank when he left Dallas. What's he, 32 years old? He's got
something
plenty.
like that, yeah.
He's got plenty, it looks like to me.
So if I can quarterback off what you're saying right here,
Yeah.
I don't know who was saying that if he had something left in the tank. I was not saying that. And because Lawrence, can you guess where he ranked going into that game in as far as pressuring the quarterback?
I'm going to go with top 10.
He's definitely top 10.
8th.
All right. I was going to say 8 too, Dan. We're on the same page.
No. Actually, he's third.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Third behind, the guy that's had like 78 sacks in 3 games over there in Cleveland. Okay. And then Micah Parsons is 2.
Wow.
And then Lawrence is 3rd in pressures. So
that's crazy.
The power. I was surprised when I saw that.
Yeah.
And he continues to do that. And he did in this game as well. So when he badmouthed Dallas, and I'm in Dallas.
Yeah.
And where would the Cowboys, they won 2 in a straight and all that, and everybody's with little yoo-hoo over that.
Mm-hmm.
But what would have happened to the Cowboys if they still had him and Micah Parsons on the same football field?
My goodness. Yeah.
Now I have a question for you guys before you continue your DeMarcus Lawrence
dance
pep talk. The Rashid Shaheed trade.
That's not working out so well.
It's not working out so well.
I'm perturbed.
And would you? I mean, not just do you think it was a mistake of a trade to make? I mean, it's what, 3 games in so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he looked better in the first game than he has since.
It's a small sample size. Take what you want with it, but it seems like with the Anthony Bradford turnstile that he is.
Yeah.
I mean, what does Mike McDonald keep seeing in Anthony Bradford that makes him go, you know what? Yeah, let's see him keep playing your right guard and give Abe Lucas a hard time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's still seeing, because remember at the beginning of the season, Bradford was playing pretty well. And then he just stepped right off the earth. I don't know what's the deal with him.
Well, and to be honest, Dan, you asked me a question that I was waiting to ask you on this post-game show because you have been very vocal about how Bradford is not doing well today. And then I sent you, or for the season rather, and then I sent you a picture of Sam on the ground, pretty much looking in Bradford's direction. You know,
What the hell is that?
That sums it up pretty well.
Pretty much that meme
yeah.
right there.
And I wanted to ask you because Mike McDonald, one thing we've been extremely complimentary during his coaching tenure is we say it all the time. He adjusts, but he's not adjusting here. You're right. He's not.
Maybe he knows that there's not exactly a whole lot of options behind that.
Well,
Perhaps.
there's two options. There's Bryce. I believe there's Mason Richmond's a tackle, right, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay, so there's Bryce Cabledew and Christian Haynes. Christian Haynes can't be
Christian
that
Haynes is, he's the guy that you want to play along because he plays multiple spots.
Yeah, he can play center too if need be.
If need be. But I don't think that he's a natural guard, though. So maybe that's the concern with him.
So you put Bryce Cabledew in there and just, see if it sticks?
Maybe so.
I mean, that's the thing. Maybe they're trying to give Bradford chances to turn it around.
I don't know.
Or maybe
if they're going to do that, maybe they need smelling salts over there.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, how many chances do you need?
Well, that's exactly the thing. But to your point, does that speak about what they think of Cabledew? Do they feel like, well, he can't get it done, so we got to keep rolling Bradford out there?
Well, in Bryce's defense, he is a rookie.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, I mean, it makes it seem more questionable that, why didn't you trade for a guard then?
Yeah.
You had...
Well, we talked about that a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, we did.
They made the trade for Shaheed, and we all three of us thought that was an excellent way to go.
Yeah.
And
it
hasn't worked. It hasn't worked because when I'm looking at this, they're giving him the ball. He had a 9-yard rush, which is very good. But he only caught one pass for 7 yards. He actually rushed the ball more than he caught it.
Yeah.
That's bad. Okay. So I don't know what's going to have to happen to get him more involved in this offense.
Yeah. But honestly, that's been the concern at receiver outside of JSN. The only receiver that has had any role in this offense is Horton before he got hurt. So other than that, they're searching for that because Kupp, he was involved early, and I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna throw to Kupp a lot in this game. I think he finished with three receptions for 24 yards.
For 24 yards.
Yeah.
So take what you want with a grain of salt, but they're trying to get other players involved.
Yeah.
Right?
They are, but it's not, for whatever reason, it's not working. And I think we just need to give the Shaheed trade more time. I think they'll figure out ways to use him. They'll figure out, but you are right. It has not looked good early. And I'm trying to remember what the Seahawks gave up for him. Was
to be fair, Minnesota came into that game. They were a top 10 defense overall. So, and against the pass, they were 6th. So they stood up in this game. That's what they've been doing all year. So maybe we'll just give them a little pass on this one.
Yeah.
Right. And and I don't know, because the Atlanta game and the Jets was on. I watched it towards the end there.
Yeah.
And that's who they've got next.
By the way, can we also, speaking of the Falcons, the Rams now currently own a top 10 pick in the NFL draft, courtesy of one Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
Yeah. Thanks. If the Seahawks go in there and beat them, then that draft pick goes up even further.
Yeah.
You're at a crossroads for the first time all year.
Man,
But the good news is that because the Rams, and I saw this too, lost today.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, currently, as of this recording, the Seahawks, Rams, and Chicago Bears have a 3-way tie for the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah, but I believe
and the Seahawks have the opportunity to break that tie, at least because they've got to play the Rams one more time.
Yep.
They've got to play the 49ers one more time.
Yeah.
So
John enters the room real quick. Patience there, Grass. Wow, he's using a Kevin there. He's using a Kevin.
right.
Patience there, Grasshopper. Shahid will fit in. For one thing, he's got to learn a complicated offense. He'll be there. He will be okay, and I truly believe he will help stretch out the field for the running backs. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. They clearly want to get him involved in the running game. And shout out to you, John. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. The other thing is, offensively, what you were saying, Kevin, we'll give them a pass. Offensively, if you're the Seahawks, you take this game, you throw it right in the trash,
right,
and you thank the defense for bailing you out, essentially.
Right. It's kind of like The Godfather, where they kiss the ring.
Yeah.
Kiss the ring of the defense, and then move on to the next week.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hope they find ways to get Shahid involved. They definitely did lean on the run a lot more in this game than any other game, but I think it's because they felt like, look, we got this in hand. The defense is doing its job. The Vikings aren't going to be able to score on us. Let's just keep trying to run it into the ground. So I liked what I saw from the running game today. The numbers were
they averaged right around 4 yards per carry.
Yeah.
So
they're not high popping.
That doesn't blow your doors off, but it's you'll take that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so 125 yards rushing, okay, for the offense versus 66 for Minnesota. They had 10 yards rushing entering the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's tough.
That's insane. And because Mason had a 24-yard run before all the interception and the fumble annex began. Okay, so you take that 24-yard rush away, and they have 42 yards for the game.
Yeah,
Are the Seahawks still the number 1 rush defense? They're the number 1 rush defense, right?
Well, let's go to the paper here. Defense, they were number 4.
Heading into the game?
Heading into the game, so you got to figure that's going to move up.
Yeah, they're going to move up after a performance like that.
Who's number 1?
And they were number 2 in score. No, they were number 2 in scoring offense. Not my bad. So
they were number 3rd in total offense.
Yeah, number 7 in points allowed on defense. That's got to move up because they didn't give up it.
Yeah.
So
let's see, 2025 rush defense. I'm trying to look it up right now.
No, because I have.
Come on. All right, this is total defense.
Total defense. They're 6th going into the game.
Yeah, I see that. Texans are still number 1 total defense. I'm not seeing passing defense. Let's see.
Passing defense, they were 14th.
Rushing defense, the Jags are the number 1 rushing defense in the NFL. They are allowing an average. This is per Fox Sports. They are allowing an average of 83.8 rushing yards per game.
That's crazy.
Well, that's one of the reasons why they're 8-3, I think.
They're 8. Yeah, they're 8-3. They currently have the South League. They're 8-4.
8-4. Okay.
Wow.
And so hats off to them, but unfortunately for them, Seahawks already beat them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they do what they need to do. And, and one of the things is because the Rams lost, the important thing is that was an NFC loss.
Yes.
So that helps the Seahawks. And, of course, the Seahawks have 2 division losses. That does not help.
No. But like you said, Kevin, they got an opportunity to get it right a little bit.
Yep, it's right in front of them. And so
Falcons up next.
Up next, and they got the Colts after that. And the Colts did not and has not looked I believe we talked about this as well. They're not looking like the juggernaut that they did earlier in the season.
Yeah,
no, they're not.
Unfortunately for my fantasy team, Jonathan Taylor has been bottled up the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
We got an interesting question here from John. The Rams lost a tough game. I truly believe the Rams are not as good as people think they are. I think the Hawks will beat them handily the next time they play. Dustin?
Well, okay. I think the Rams, like I said it at the beginning of the season. I said it on our preseason prediction show. The NFC West still goes through the Rams. I will never make the mistake of underestimating a Sean McVay coach team again. However, losing to the Carolina Panthers today, that was a tough game, and it was an entertaining game, and it was back and forth. And the Panthers are hot and cold at times. At times, it looks like they're really starting to put something together, and then other times they can't find their way out of a paper bag. But I don't know about handily. But I think
handily, take that out of your vocabulary.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you guys there. I think the handily discussion leaves the room because what we have seen 3 weeks ago, they went toe to toe with the Rams. Yeah, but the Rams are still really freaking good.
They are because
and they were right in that game right up till they had the ball, they were moving it, and they got to the quarterback and forced the fumble, which Carolina recovered, and then that was it. So they were in that game right up to the end.
Yeah,
and so I'm not readily. No way.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'll be more than happy if they beat them readily. No question about that.
Yeah,
but we can't. The Seahawks can't talk a whole lot because they've got the Panthers themselves still left on their schedule.
Yeah, Carolina's sneaky good, probably.
Yeah, they've got to be ready for Carolina. You can't sleep on Carolina this year.
You can't sleep on it. Atlanta's gone kind of. I shake my head when it comes to them.
Yeah,
the Panthers have 3 tall receivers that can get open.
Yeah, they got Teteroa McMillan,
Xavier Leggett, and
outstanding,
and Jalen Coker.
And they've got a pair of running backs, and the wrong running back went off today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you need a doubt.
If you watch the Belly Up Fantasy Live football show, which you should, I recommended sitting Rico Dowdle. And it turns out that was the correct move.
Yeah. Yeah, you nailed that one.
But they've got the running game, they've got the passing game. That if Bryce Young's passed for 400 yards or something,
something like that.
Ago.
Oh, a couple games ago he passed for 400 some odd yards. Today he had 3 touchdowns and about 206 yards.
Okay,
so not a lot of yards, but decent enough touchdowns.
Well, earlier in the game, it was raining. And it was raining hard, so that's not the kind of game where you want to throw the ball around. So
no,
and they went for it on 4th down a few times.
Yes,
and converted for touchdowns.
Well, the crazy stat I saw about Bryce Young, you would not think this. You would not think this, but at 24 years old, he is 24 years old and a number of days. He is the youngest quarterback to lead his 11th game-winning drive. In the 4th quarter.
I was seeing something about that.
He's younger than Peyton Manning was when he got to 11. He's younger than a who's who of quarterbacks. I can't remember the other 2 on the list, but Bryce Young is the youngest. That's crazy to me that he already has 11 game-winning drives. You would not think that the way.
No, you wouldn't think that he'd won that many games as a starter, let alone.
Yeah. So he's starting to put something together. But yes, and I agree with you, John. The Seahawks were in that game after throwing 4 interceptions. I think the Seahawks will be in that game for sure, but I do not think they beat the Rams handedly. I think it's going to be another back and forth battle.
We just have to get to that game.
Yeah.
Because they got to beat Atlanta, and they got the Colts, and they've got the Panthers before we worry about what the Rams do or don't do.
For sure. Yeah.
All right, guys. Final thoughts to close up shop for the night?
Gold star, 5 of them for the defense.
Yeah.
Okay. And offense, let's get it together. Remember, you've got the guy who has already set the record for the most receiving yards in Seahawk history. So don't forget him out there.
Yeah. And some things to clean up, some things to figure out. But offensively, take this game, throw it in the trash. Thank the defense for winning it, and be back next week.
All right. I'm with you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, that's Dustin Henry coming from No Credits Required and the Capital Region of Albany, New York. Kevin Wilson's coming to you from the Belly Fantasy Live Show and the great state of Texas. I'm Dan Cruz. I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. And we'll see you all in this life and most certainly the next one. Cheers, everyone. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend.